Hello and welcome to Politics on Sunday. I am Femi Akonde. Let me start by telling you a quote from an American journalist that says, under democracy, one party always devotes its energy to trying to prove that the other party is unfit to rule. And they both commonly succeed, and they are right. Well, on that note, I welcome you to the program. My guest today is the former governor of Bauchi State and the chairman, APC Professionals Forum, Dr. Issa Yuguda. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, Femi.
Yes, let's first start to talk about your forum, the APC Professionals Forum. What does it set out to achieve?
Yes, the APC Professional Forum was set up to address one very fundamental problem that has to do with, membership of political parties, which we came to realize that professionals usually don't take interest in politics and don't join political parties. And we felt very strongly that the absence of professionals in the business of politics in Nigeria has contributed a lot to this slow pace at which the polity is developed, and also at the same time it has impacted negatively on the capacity of government to recruit appropriate manpower so that they can drive the business of governance.
Okay, now let's get down to party politics within your party. After the primary election, we know that that is done and dusted. We have seen a presidential candidate emerge, but it appears as if some people within the party are still unable to move on. We are seeing some of, especially the presidential aspirants, some of them have not really come out openly, maybe to declare support for the presidential candidate of the party and also commit to ensuring that they campaign to get votes for the presidential candidate of the party.
Well, I am certainly not aware of any candidate who has come out to, challenge the emergence of a candidate of our
Not
party.
necessarily challenge, but they have been reluctant in supporting openly.
Yes, when I say challenge, I mean reluctance, either by way of expression, by way of writing, or by way of, a public comment. I have not seen any, except of course maybe you say some of them are silent.
Silent,
and,
maybe and why are they
I'm
silent?
afraid probably they are still learning politics, because we should know that power belongs to God. And I believe, unless otherwise we claim to be good Christians or to be good Muslims, and to the extent that we are good Christians and good Muslims, in this our dear country, Nigeria, where everybody is so religious, I shouldn't imagine that somebody will emerge by God's power, and somebody will sit down and either be feeling bad that he has emerged, or he is feeling bad that he's all lost. So I would want to appeal to those who are harboring those kind of ideas. They should put Nigeria first before themselves. Nigerians believe that Asiwaju is the best that will emerge as a flag bearer of the APC. And so be it, and he's God's choice, and people must believe in God, and they should pray for him so that he emerges, because at least he has a pedigree. Any person that watches Lagos today, knowing that Lagos economy was the grandchild of Asiwaju, and if he can make a Lagos out of Nigeria, people should start celebrating him from now. So it's not about you have been this, we've been that, but what have you really brought to the table when you are a governor? Show it. Or what is it that you brought in as a minister? Tell Nigerians. Asiwaju has a story to tell. I can tell his story. That is why I am supporting him. Not that I was with him in the primaries, but the fact that I am always supporting him, because I'm the chairman of his Jagaba Vision movement, and which has been there for so many years. And of course, some of us that believe that this country must be good or should be good, I mean, rally around him to make sure that he wins.
You know, you visited the national chairman of the party recently, and during that visit, the chairman said that what they have been getting from Nigerians are criticisms that people hardly commend the APC for the good things they are doing. What do you make of the chairman's comment, and will you blame Nigerians?
Well, the question is, and which is why, of course, I said we needed professionals in our party. Because if we had, you know, a sizable number of professionals, all this rumor, all these social media campaigns that are against the government would have been there, because at least they know. But the fact that they don't know what is happening in government, they are not part of the government, they are not interested. The doctor is just, interested in being in his clinic and in the hospital without, being a member from time to time. If he's a member of a political party, at least a forum like this, I mean, information can be disseminated to him, because the forum has a way of disseminating information about governor's performance, about federal government performance, and so on and so forth. So through that vehicle, I mean, like the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Society of Architects, Nigerian Medical Association, Chartered Institute of Bankers like myself, all these associations, when eventually they come into the forum, they will get to know many things that are happening. So all this misinformation, they will get to know that. So now that that vehicle through which you can put things in on the radio, unless if somebody is interested in a program, a political program, wouldn't care listening to you, Femi. So it is something that really we are struggling hard to educate our people, and through that vehicle of being professional, being in the forum, we should be able to, enhance the political education in our dear country. And Nigerians should believe that politics have come to stay. And it is the vehicle through which good governance is ensured, and good governance is what we need in Nigeria today. And if professionals are involved, you allow only people who, manage by impulse or just manage by trial and error to be at the center stage, Nigeria will not get anywhere. So I must say that criticisms are normal in a polity. You can see, depending on the kind of person you are either an objective, criticizer, or somebody who criticizes objectively, or you criticize subjectively, or sometimes you even create misinformation to criticize. So, and the bulk of it is what we see today in Nigeria. But reality is reality. People know the truth. But these people that are supposed to know the truth are supposed to be the professionals, because they are the ones that are really concerned. So I think the chairman is right, and of course I have advanced the reason why it has happened the way it's happening. But Nigerians should learn to be patient. Every time is a stage, and it's a passing phase. But Nigerians should learn to be patriotic, that this country is the only country that we have, and which is to be passed to younger generations, or even generations yet unborn. So our commitment to the survival and prosperity of Nigeria must not be compromised.
The Tinubu-Shettima ticket will be up against a formidable opposition led by Atiku Abubakar, and also an emerging political force, some people will call it, of Peter Obi. Do you see the APC withstanding all of these oppositions and emerging victorious on the ballot? I know it's your party and you would want to sound confident, but in real terms now.
Well, like I said, God has already decided his leader come 2023. But God will not come down and do the job for us, but he'll just guide us to do it. And he's already guiding us here, we in the APC. We have seen a candidate that we believe in, and we believe he can do it, because he has done it. So I don't know the likes of Peter Obi, what he has done in Nigeria, or what he has done in his Anambra State, that he can showcase himself as a president of our dear country, to solve the myriad of problems that we are being challenged with. So I am not bad-mouthing him, but I know him very well, and of course we were governors together. And of course the seat of power right there as president of Nigeria, I know the Almighty Allah can decide to give you to anybody. He can even decide to give you to a fool. And he can decide to give you to the best of best. And I'm very confident that given the political machine that we have, our campaign structure and strategies to reach out to Nigerians and tell them what Asiwaju is going to deliver immediately after he's sworn in and what he's going to turn Nigeria into, I think a word is enough for the wise. Nigerians should be wiser. It's not about tribe, it's not about religion, it's about section. I think we have grown beyond that. For any sensible person. I know there are some of the old brigades that still believe in that. They still believe in House of Fulani, they still believe in Yoruba, they believe in Igbo. I'm not part of it. And I'm grateful to God that I have harvested myself out of those sentimentalities. I believe in my country. But those elders that sit there and think that they are institutions and they can play God, that decide this one man's fate or that man's fate, I think they are playing God. They shouldn't. So I know the challenges are there. The PDP are going to work hard, but we are working harder.
And you emerge victorious.
Inshallah.
All right, then let's take a quick break at this point. We'll continue with the rest of the conversation. Stay with us. Welcome back. We'll continue with our conversation with the chairman of the APC Professionals Forum and former governor of Bauchi State, Dr. Isa Yuguda.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for staying with us, sir. You will be going around the country to organize what you call the APC presidential town hall meetings. But let us look at the current realities in the country. Some people would say the state of insecurity is nothing to write home about. The economy, we have seen the inflation rate, which is highest in about 17 years. And so many issues now that have that are discrediting the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. Don't you think this will be an albatross on the APC as you carry out your campaigns?
Well, people should understand one thing about the journey of the Nigerian nation from independence to date. We should all appreciate that some of these problems that the government is struggling with, especially when it comes to security, inherited problems. We were part of what we saw. I was part of what we saw in the carnage of Boko Haram. We had it in Bauchi, but I know the Almighty Allah helped Bauchi and they exited Bauchi. So, and that has been there since then. So it's not a question that this government brought Boko Haram. No, it was an inherited problem. I'm also aware that the banditry in the south, in the northwest, has been there. Because I know way back in 2011, I had, received, refugees from Zamfara State, and they are in thousands. So I, in Bauchi today, at my own time, we resettled over 20,000 families from Zamfara. So the banditry has been there. It is not only banditry, but you can even look at it purely from an ethnic conflict. A sort of,
communal clashes too.
Communal clashes, and at the same time, that perception by the general public that any man who is a Fulani man is a herdsman, and therefore he is somebody who is a killer. So there are so many vigilante groups set up in the northern part of the country, visiting Fulani villages, killing their children, raping their women, and rustling all their cattle. And the remaining children have to go wild. And so most of them that we find wild in the bush today are those that experience that kind of experience. So they have been traumatized and been turned into animals. So that has been going on. It didn't start this time. It started during our time, good luck's Jonathan's regime. So, like I said, it's a historical problem. And it kept on, increasing without being, all kind of solutions that government has brought forth in terms of military intervention, police intervention, vigilante inflation, and all sorts of things did not seem to work. Something must be wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
Either the security are not doing the right thing, or the traditional institutions that that are supposed to be consulted to assist in managing and then enforcing security are not involved. So I think there is some missing links there, and there must be the government must have to come down to the stark realities of managing how to manage these problems. I was only recently elected as the president of Tabital Fulaku. It's a Fulani association that involves so many countries, West and Central Africa.
Yeah.
So one of the promises that I made was to get down to work with our own tribal groups across Africa to ensure that these bandits or these kidnappers, some of whom are Fulani, of Fulani extraction, are stopped from doing these things. Why? Because the Fulani man, the word Fullo or Fulaku is a word that has to do with a Fulani man's tradition as somebody who's supposed not to commit any crime because it's against the Fulaku culture. You don't steal, you don't, anything that is disgraceful, you don't do it. So we are wondering why today the Fulani boy will come out, not even stealing or being a kleptomaniac, but going to even kidnap and kill and be an armed robber. It is an alien culture to the Fulani man, and we are going to the root of the problem, and we hope that with the support of government, we'll get to the root of the problem within the next 6 months.
But do you think some of this could also be politically motivated?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Unless if there is an external influence, externally, engineered. It's externally engineered. But locally, I'm afraid people have quite all right, paramilitary arms associated to either individuals in political parties, or even the political party might have a paramilitary arm. But some of them are not very visible. So politically motivated kidnapping like you have, or you have this IPOP Palava championed by Kanu, which is also being condoned by our people. We see him committing crime and we are silent, saying that we tribalize it because he's an Igbo tribesman and therefore we condone what he's saying. I think this is not the best thing for Nigeria. People must speak the truth. A life is a life. Nobody signed a contract with God to make him a Yoruba man or Igbo man or a Fulani man or Hausa man. No. He decided to breathe life into you as a Yoruba, as a Fulani, as a Hausa. Nigerians should look at these things along that line. You would have as well breathed your life as a mosquito. And that's it, you become one. So if we see ourselves as human beings, and the bottom line is that we are human beings, and we must live in peace. And he has given us the Quran, he has given us the Bible. What else do you want God again to give you? So no matter how something is politically motivated, people should turn back to God. Not about being a Muslim. Nobody stops you from practicing your religion. As long as you not tamper with this thing, everybody should be allowed to profess it. But don't bring your religion in our politics. Because in our politics we have Christians, we have Muslims, we have infidels who don't believe in anything. So please, politics is a culture, managed by the Constitution, and we have to learn to do that. So I feel so pained inside me that I can work for my country, retire this time, and people will be talking about religion. Because I have not seen religion as a banker. I rose to the highest position in the banking industry as a managing director, and also joined government as a minister. I was there for 6 years with Wasanjo. And I'm 8 years as a governor. For goodness sake, I've retired now. I want to enjoy a country, seeing you, the young ones, hugging one another, irrespective of tribal or religious. But the situation is different today. Some people are talking about cannibalizing the country into pieces. Why are you there when God was creating Nigeria? And now you wake up, you say you are somebody. So it's painful to think about it, painful to talk about it. That Nigerians must know that there is no any other country that I know of that God has so blessed like Nigeria.
Still talking about security, in the meantime, we expect government to step up to the plate and nip the whole insecurity in the bud. But in the meantime, should citizens be allowed to bear arms? Would you advocate that citizens should be allowed to bear arms to protect themselves? We have seen governors call for that.
Well, I think maybe the governors should go back to the drawing board and put up their thinking cap and try to think out of the box, the implication of everybody owning a gun in Nigeria. We see America. What is happening now in Nigeria? I mean, in America, they have always had, gun laws that give everybody, a citizen, a right to own a gun. Now, what is happening there? How many years of civilization? How many years of democracy in America? Is it good at the end of the day? Now, the law in Nigeria says nobody should own an assault rifle. It's a criminal offense for you to own an assault rifle. Now, go to almost every house in Nigeria, there's an assault rifle. So the issue is, how do you enforce your laws in Nigeria? The issue is law enforcement. If the citizens are lawless, how do you expect criminality to abate? The criminals are there, and the guns are very much accessible. They are traded everywhere. We have some of them even, they get these guns from the armories of either the police or the army. We have had so many instances. We have seen some people dressed in army uniform, camouflaging as soldiers. They walk around. So we have to get our acts, correct. We have to address the issue of law and order. People must respect the constitution of this country. Both the political leaders, the led and the leaders. Almost everybody is becoming lawless in this country. So we must learn to appreciate that we have a constitution that guides us on how to stay together, and we cannot just, as governors, just wake up in the morning, decide to mutilate the constitution, and we are not called to order. So it is a question of law and order. Let there be enforcement of law and order. Otherwise, the issue of security, forget it.
Let me take you back to politics as we round up. When you go around the country for these presidential town hall meetings, what will you be telling the people? How will you persuade and convince them to vote for the APC? Yes,
we will start first here with, in Abuja, and where we'll invite our presidential candidate so the professionals can ask him questions and share ideas on how, some of the solutions, solutions to the myriad of problems that we are confronting us today. And once that is done, then we start going out. So we know quite all right, of course. I mean, the problems are there. So, and somebody must be the solution finder. And it happened to be Asiwaju. We are not talking about politics of parties today. We are talking about politics of individuals who have capacities. If Asiwaju emerge in PDP or in Labour Party, some of us will go to him and appeal to Nigerians, no appeal as such, but to make to Nigerians, to convince Nigerians that he is the right candidate, who can do it because he has done it. That's always my argument. And he has one very, unique gift. That is his ability to headhunt. When it comes to manpower placement, he puts square peg in square holes. And if you don't do that in management, I mean, it's just, dead on arrival. So he has those capacities. And I can mention to you quite a number of, qualities that Tinubu has, which I believe is the solution to Nigeria's problem. And that is the message we are going to carry to the grassroots. And we talk to them about the security. Just I'm talking to you is something that is historical. And of course, the government of Tinubu, I believe, will address the issue of security in a way and manner that it should be addressed. Because I'm afraid you cannot address security in this country without involving the traditional rulers. So you start picking all these, problems. You realize that either by acts of omission or commission, all previous governments have forgotten the involvement of the right people in security. I've been a governor. I know how I secure my state, and I challenge anybody to go to Bauchi and let him fault me on the way I addressed the issue of security. And nobody is talking to me about how I did it in Bauchi. Everybody thinks that Yuguda is gone and it's gone forever. But I'm there, as I keep my knowledge. If you invite me, I tell you. If you don't invite me, I have no business. So, and people should know that governance is all, if governors have known that the primary responsibility of a governor or government is to provide for security of life and property. Yeah. If you cannot, it's anarchy, and therefore you are not a governor, because you are not running a government.
Yeah. The APC, how united is the party? Because we've been hearing about some internal wranglings. Some people are not happy because the party promised that they will refund monies spent on the purchase of funds when they wanted to contest for elective positions within the party. But that has not happened, and so some people are even calling for the head of the national chairman. Don't you think this would affect your party because you need a united front? Well,
but they should know that the president has already given a directive that any person who has withdrawn should be giving back his money. So if that is a presidential directive, I don't see any reason why the party is holding on to their money. So maybe they have their own reasons. Probably they inherited a very terrible, treasury or bank account. Because party accounts, I don't think there is accountability there. The whole thing is just like a market square where everybody does what he wants. But I think with the leadership of the party now, well, I'm worried that up till now the payments have not been made. I can't dole out my money and I withdraw, and in addition to putting the money, and I withdraw my candidature. The president also have instructed. The presidential directive is just like an order that must be carried out. So I don't know why they should be floating a presidential order.
So we'll wait to see how soon that
I hope they will do that.
Order will be
yes.
will be carried out. Well, thank you so much for your time, Dr. Isa Yuguda, former governor of Bauchi State and chairman of the APC Professionals Forum. Well, that's all we have time for on the program this week. Do join us again next week. You can see this episode again on TVC News YouTube channel. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you so much for your time on the program. I am Femi Akonde. See you next time.